have Aliza Akhtar, Azim Shafiq, and Manahil Jabbar. We are a group of Global Perspectives O-level students from Beacon House, Bahia Town Senior Campus, and we are researching under the topic malnutrition. Before starting the interview, we would like you to please introduce yourself.
So you know my name. I am Dr. Rumeeza. I am heading the Department of Social and Preventive Pediatrics, Fatma Jinnah Medical University. And we have stabilization center there where we treat the malnourished children. We have also the our OPD for the treatment of the patients. So you can ask about the malnourished children, whatever you want.
Thank you so much for introducing yourself. We really appreciate your presence. Beginning with the interview, can you tell us a little about the current situation of malnutrition in Pakistan and how it compares internationally?
So you know that our statistics are not pretty good, and we are among one of the we are among the countries which have the quite a high number of malnourished children. If I do share with you the statistics of Pakistan Demographic Health Survey 2017, you should know that are about 4 out of 10 children are stunting, and you know that the stunted means that the child are low, are having low height for their age. 23% of our children are underweight, and 7% are wasted. So we have double or the triple burden of malnutrition, that we are also suffering from the overweight and the obesity, and many of our children are suffering from micronutrient deficiencies. Currently, 9% of under 5 children are overweight. And you know many micronutrient deficiencies are there. Anemia, 53% of our under 5 children are anemic, with 49% are iron deficient. About 25% are having vitamin B12 deficiencies, and 34% are having folate deficiency. And unfortunately, 62% of our children are having vitamin D deficiencies. And similarly, more than 50% children are having vitamin A deficiencies. So we are facing triple burden of malnutrition, macro as well as the micronutrient, and along with we have the problem of overnutrition there.
Yes, I highly agree with you. And my next question to you is that what do you think are the root causes of undernutrition?
There are multiple causes, not a single. Some are poverty is one of them, and after that there are many lack of awareness, less education, inequalities, political instability, and many social factors, environmental factors, and also the global factors do affect the nutritional status of our children as well as the mother.
As you mentioned in your previous answer,
how do social factors affect malnutrition?
Pardon? Can you repeat your question, please?
Yes. How do social factors become the root cause of undernutrition, as you just said?
You know that the social factors play a very important role in malnutrition, and among the social factors, the family environment, home environment, also the society environment, then after there the country's environment, they directly affect the nutritional status of our children. As you know that we belong to a developing country, and the educational status of our mothers are not very good, and educational status is directly linked with the health of population of the country. Similarly, we have lack of awareness about what are the good nutritious diet, and what are the good choices for the food, if the food is available, but our choices are often not good. And there is also, you know, that our lifestyle is changing, and most of we are focusing on the sedentary lifestyles, and we do eat junk food, and all these social factors affect our health status. That is why we are facing the double burden of malnutrition, undernutrition, as well as there is overnutrition.
Thank you. And my next question is that how do you think a mother's nutrition affects a children's nutrition?
Mother's nutrition is directly linked with the health status of the children. And you must have read about the 1,000 days concept, that these 1,000 days starts when a woman conceives. And if at that time the mother is having the micro or the macronutrient deficiency, it directly affects the well-being of a child, and it not only affects the immediate health of the child, but it also have their impact on the later life of the child. So mother's health is directly linked with the health of the child. You can have the example for if a mother is suffering from folate deficiency, it can lead to neural tube defects in children, and if the mother is iodine deficiency, the child is having the risk of having deafness, and there are many other diseases which are linked with the deficiency status of during the pregnancy.
So there's been recent flooding in Pakistan. How do you think? How do you feel that the recent flooding in Pakistan will affect the children's nutrition in the upcoming years?
Repeat your question.
So, how do you feel that the recent flooding in Pakistan will affect nutrition in the children in the upcoming years?
These floods will definitely affect the health status of the children as well as the mothers and the other population. As I have already told you, that the acute malnutrition, that the malnutrition which occurs within a short period of time, it is about 7% of our children are wasted. So it will, these disasters often affect the children's health, and it will definitely, there will be increase in the rate of the malnourished children, and also it will lead to the further the chronic malnutrition. As you know that it will take time for their rehabilitation, and they will not get the proper diet for a long time, and it will do definitely affect the health status of the children, and the mother who are at that time expecting, they will there are chances that they will give birth to a low birth weight babies, and they will then suffer from all the sufferings of a low birth weight child. So it will definitely increase the malnutrition rate in Pakistan.
While answering Manahil's question, you said that stunting was the root cause and effect of malnutrition. Do you think preventing stunting should be a priority for governments? And if yes, why?
If it is during the disaster, then the priority should be treating the acute malnutrition. But for the longer term, for the economic benefits of the country, the chronic malnutrition should be dealt with, as it is it reveals the economic and the productive development of a country. So the starting reduction should be the priority of a country, but during the disasters, the treatment and the prevention of acute malnutrition should be the priority. Because the risk of mortality in acute malnutrition is more than chronic malnutrition, though the chronic malnutrition leads to longer term effects on the child, as they are more chances that they will be less productive in their adolescent life, and they will have poor school performance, and they will perform not good in their educational terms, and they will be less productive as compared to their counterparts.
How does undernutrition affect the upcoming and life of a child?
Undernutrition and overnutrition both affect the life of a child in two ways. It also affects the current lifespan which the child is having, and it also affects the later adult life of a child. And many researches have done, and it has shown that if a child is having undernutrition during the first 2 years of life, then they will have not only they will bear the effect of repeated infections and risk of mortality, but in later life there are more chances that they will be suffering from non-communicable diseases, such as there are more risk of metabolic syndromes and the heart diseases, as well as more risk of diabetes, not only in overnourished children but also in undernourished children. So it definitely affects the later life of their later life in their adult life.
Okay, so ma'am, in your opinion, what is the best way to prevent undernutrition in our country?
The best way is that we should educate our population. We should focus on the creating the education and promoting awareness about the health and the disease. It is very important, and especially we should promote healthy choices. We should work on lifestyle modification. We should promote breastfeeding, as breastfeeding is the most cost-effective intervention which can improve the health status of our children as well as the mothers. So you are the our generation. We should focus on this intervention. You are the key person who are responsible, that you can interact with the community, and you can focus on these dietary interventions, especially with reference to lifestyle modification, which means that we should eat healthy diet, we should take good sleep, and we should manage our stress.
Okay, so can you give an example of malnutrition which you came across in any public sector hospital?
All the three types which I have discussed. We do see undernourished children in the form of wasted child, marasmus and kwashiorkor children. We do encounter the children who are overweight, and we do see the children who are stunted. And unfortunately, as I already told you, that more than 60% of our children are suffering from rickets, vitamin D deficiency. So all the types of malnourished children come across and you can see that more than 50% of our under 5 children are malnourished. So you can predict what will be the future of our generation.
So, ma'am, can you tell us that what other diseases can be led by malnutrition? What other diseases are a result of malnutrition?
I have told you that malnutrition during the childhood, it leads to heart diseases, non-communicable. Among the non-communicable diseases, these children are more at risk of heart diseases, diabetes, joint diseases in their adult life, and while suffering from malnutrition during their childhood, they are at risk of having repeated infections, and as their immunity is low, they are very prone to catch any type of infectious diseases. And you know that anemia, vitamin D deficiencies, vitamin A deficiency also lead to very bad effect on their health. Vitamin A deficiency ultimately can lead to blindness. Iodine deficiency causes low IQ and there are more chances of deafness. Similarly, folate deficiency during pregnancy can lead to a child with neural defects, and anemic child have their low school performance, they have low vitality, and they are more prone to repeated infections. So malnourished child is at risk of so many infections and diseases in their later life. So it is very important that we should take necessary actions to cater this worst condition of our country. Yeah, any more questions?
Now, yeah, we have the last one. As you said that we should educate our people.
Sorry, I can't
and
hear
so
you.
through our
Menahi, can you repeat your question? I
Can you
can't
hear me
hear
now?
you.
Yes, I can. As you mentioned,
Unmute your child. Menahil, I can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
Dr. Rumeeza, can you hear Manahil now?
Yes, Menahil.
So as you mentioned that we should educate our people. So through an online survey that we conducted, we found out that even people who are educated and are aware of the nutritious facts are malnourished, and because they choose to eat food that isn't healthy. Why is that so?
Unfortunately, our educational system do not promote the awareness. So that's why I told you that we should give the education, necessary education to our children, as well as we should make aware them about the healthy choices, what is the healthy nutritious foods which are available. So awareness is also important. Got your point or not?
Yes, I got it. Thank you so much. I got it.
Thank you for your very informative interview, and we would like to ask that do you have any questions about our project?
Yes, I want why you choose this topic, and what have you observed till now?
Can you repeat your question, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, I want to know about your project, and I want to know why you choose this topic, and what observations have you made till now?
First of all, we chose this topic because in our opinion, we thought that malnourishment is a topic that most people don't know about, and most people don't know what really malnutrition is, and especially in Pakistan, the rate of malnourishment and stunting and wasting is really high. So we need to make people aware about what it really is, so that prevention steps could be taken.
Very nice. And what are your key observations till now?
So does anyone want to try to answer that?
Tell me a little more about your project.
From our research,
Besides
we also
interviewing, what are you doing in the field, and what findings are you getting?
we also found out that malnutrition has not only physical but mental effects as well. To further our studies in this, we will also interview a psychiatrist soon and see what we learn.
Have you seen malnourished children in the community?
there are
Have you
around-
yourself seen?
Since we're in the early stages of our project, so we're planning on to go to some place like a village or something where we can see from our own eyes about these children and these people who are malnourished. And we also plan on holding a seminar to educate people about what importance healthy food holds and how important of a topic malnutrition is.
So I invite you to my department. It will be my pleasure. I will show you how to pick up the malnourished child. We do screening there, and among the healthy-looking children, we pick up among them the malnourished children. So you will be able to see different types of malnutrition there, and it will really help you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. We will be looking forward to informing you if we want to come, and surely we'll be coming there. Thank you so much for taking your time from your
My
busy
pleasure.
schedule.
My pleasure.